When you thought Suicide Squad Delete the Justice League could not get any worse, well, it just did.
Well, everyone, just when we thought the story of this game was over, it's not. It actually...
It never is over with games this bad. It only gets worse. That's the best part about these games, in my honest opinion.
gets worse. Somehow the game is worse today than it was when it launched, and Warner Brothers has come out and spoken on the game's performance, and no surprise, the performance was not that great. You have no doubt seen the memes and clips of this page, which is SteamDB, which tracks concurrent player counts on Steam as a platform. And on here you can see already the game has dropped to 840 players as of right now as I'm filming this video. But in terms of 24-hour peaks, I mean, we're at under 1,000, pretty much no matter.
Pretty nice, pretty nice. And also 100% deserved and expected.
Where we look, which for a game built around live service mechanics and keeping players engaged for hundreds or thousands of hours, this is nothing less than a catastrophic failure. But we've been through that.
I think he unintentionally completely explained the situation perfectly there. A game built around microtransactions, that's not really a game, okay? If you want to make a game, that's good. If you want to add microtransactions in it, well, I can't stop you, and honestly, I don't care. Look at Helldivers 2. Is anyone complaining about the fact that they have microtransactions? No, absolutely not. You know why? Because they made a game, and then microtransactions. Not created microtransactions and then they're like, oops, accidentally added something remotely close to a game on top of it. There's a difference.
That I've reviewed the game, you can find out all of my opinions on why it's bad in those videos. I won't rehash the whole thing here, but last time we touched on this game, we were just kind of like leaving it out there. This is what we think of the game. Let's see what happens. And sure enough, I mean, the player counts just keep dropping, and it seems as though the community that...
Our boy is literally the definition of posture. It's like he's sitting like this. That's kind of crazy, yo. I mean, posture is a good thing, but I think he's slightly overblowing it. Stefan, please.
Was trying to support and prop up this game is actively leaving it in real time as well, which is crazy. This is backed up in a couple of ways where you can see that Warner Brothers executives, specifically the chief financial officer Gunnar Weidenfels, he said that the game had fallen short of their expectations. And I actually found the clip of the...
I love the idea that this is falling short of expectations. This is a disaster. From start to finish, a 100% unmitigated disaster.
Call where they were talking about this, and they just are like, yeah, it's fallen short of our expectations. And then they move on super quickly, and they're like, yeah, and it's going to be a tough year anyways, because Hogwarts Legacy was last year, so it was always going to be kind of rough in comparison to that game, so don't think about it too hard. It was really, really awkward, and they blasted past it. But that didn't really fool investors, because as you can see, there was a moment in this graph when they revealed that Warner Brothers Discovery is not doing so hot this past quarter, and they don't expect to do so hot in the coming quarters. And do you think you...
Only now? I'm pretty sure their graph looks even worse if you take like 2 or 5 years, because, man, they ruined their cinematic universe. They protected Amber Heard. They did so much. I mean, Disney is doing all that they can to destroy themselves, but Warner Brothers is, you know, kind of there. They already have completely ruined everything there is.
You can figure out where on this graph maybe maybe the announcement came that they weren't doing so good. Yeah, they're down on a 5-day period. They're down almost 14%.
They're down bad, boys.
Just in this short period of time. I mean, they dropped 13% in a single session effectively after trading hours closed. They announced all of this stuff, and they've recovered a little bit in the last day or so, but not
yeah, no, I think this is still classified as a dead cat bounce, so nope.
Much. All told, they are struggling for many reasons, not just the video game side of things, but Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League's catastrophic collapse is certainly not a boost to their current share price, I'll tell you what. The other thing that backs this up is the fact that you can go to the subreddit for the game.
That's just not my hot leak when she's just a middle-aged, probably mom that's, kind of flipped her life on Adderall at this point. It's just not what I want in life, okay? This game would have been so much successful if you actually had a Harley Quinn that you see on the street and you're like, yeah, girl. But no. We can't have nice things.
And find members of the community. These are the most hardcore fans that are actively participating in the subreddit.
Well, they're on Reddit. If Reddit shuts down, they don't even have an existence to speak of.
And they are starting to report serious frustrations. In fact, they just patched the game trying to fix some server issues because I wasn't aware of this. There are hundreds, if not thousands of people that are active on this subreddit that still have not been able to finish the game. They bought the $100
Nice.
Deluxe Edition, and they still have not been able to complete it with achievements broken, with matchmaking totally broken and busted, or an inability to even log in, where there's some bug not allowing their Warner Brothers account to launch into the video game itself.
Nice.
Which is mad. And these reports are devastating. I mean, I had no issues before the patch, says Kairu UK Original. The game is now completely unplayable as I get stuck on loading Metropolis after every single mission, and restarting the game nullifies all mission progress I had made. Good luck.
Is this worse than Starfield, boys? We have to ask the question, is this actually worse than Starfield? I mean, Starfield at least just deleted your save and still allowed you to start the new game. But, man, this is just like, okay, you do something and bam, you didn't. Have fun again. I mean, technically, this is the ultimate tactic to keep people engaged, because they're never going to leave the game if they can't even finish a mission. That's a joke, obviously, but you kind of get the point.
Having an end game when players can't even get rewarded, much less even into the game itself. It's crazy. Other people are reporting worse performance where frames are dropping much more now. There are a bunch of reports of matchmaking issues and all sorts of stuff. Go play Helldivers. Absolutely. That I can stand behind that one. And then there's other comments that are saying it did fix some stuff. Apparently, this player had an issue where every time they would roll for new gun stats and perks and stuff, it would switch after rolling once, so it would basically re-roll after locking it in, which is not how that's supposed to work. So they fixed that apparently.
That's kind of funny.
Care pack.
Imagine you get the gun that you finally want, and then bam, just like that, it's gone, baby. It's gone.
Packages are still bugged, and there's just a bunch of stuff broken with it. I hadn't realized just how messed up the game's performance was for the most hardcore fans. I played the game on stream and I shared and streamed all of the bugs and things I encountered. I didn't hear many people discuss them at launch, but now a few weeks after launch, it seems like people are starting to open up about their experiences, and some of these technical issues are...
Yeah, I don't think anyone is even left that's actually like a hardcore fan of this that's not willing to admit the bugs, This is not a Starfield situation where people are still spazzing out about and saying, oh my god, there's physics, there's basic physics. When you knock something over, it falls. Yeah, this is not that kind of situation, at least, thankfully.
Much worse than what I had. I had like, oh, these enemies don't spawn in, so you just walk around for 5 minutes.
God, that looks disgusting.
It's until they do, while the mission...
Also, you can... literally see the pixelations here. Like, what the hell? Well, this is probably something you buy in a store, and you can clearly see that there's pixels there. I mean, the whole game looks like an absolute shit show, let's be completely honest and real here, okay? We have talked about this multiple times. The whole city looks like some kind of 5-year-old diarrhea all over it, and, decided to create a fever dream. But this... what is this? Andrew the Giants type of stuff?
Timer counts down. Not that big of a deal, but still super annoying to just...
These lights are going through the building.
Just have 5 minutes of your life wasted while you wait for the game to function.
Oh, God.
But these people are reporting that they can't even play the game. They're reporting they can't load in, or if they do load in, they do missions but don't get paid out any rewards for doing it. So there's no
playing the game should be the reward.
End game grind or improvement. You're just doing stuff for no reason. It's crazy. And there are a bunch of comments like this on the subreddit, and I encourage you to go check it out yourself, with people like struggling with, you know, the end game being totally lackluster, or the game was working fine but now it won't load up. And granted, there are some people trying to create a more positive community with 7 upvotes, and I think it's just because there's a lot of people that want to have a positive community, but it's
ah, man, it's like, I feel so bad for those absolute nitwit dimbits that are like, hey, this game sucks. Let's build a positive community about it. Let's reward the developers for completely messing up, okay? Let's reward ineptitude. I really hate these people. The game sucks, the game sucks. It is what it is. Deal with it. Live your life. Don't ask other people to be like, oh, you should like this piece of trash because reasons, I guess. It's so sad when people try to do this. Okay, if you like something that's bad, that's objectively just garbage, that's fine. But don't go around telling other people who don't like it that they should like it and they want people to be more positive, okay? You're not being nice, you're not being anything, you're just being kind of a mouth breather.
Really hard to be positive about a game that is broken and busted, and with developers that are really taking their time fixing stuff. And of course, a huge
bam
below. To be fair, they did respond and say, hi, Task Force X. This week we dropped our second patch for the game with the intention of squashing an...
Hi, Task Force X. They can't even call... Well, they are called Task Force X, technically, but you know, they can't even refer to them by the name of the game, which they really, really want, but that would probably be non-inclusive, so there you go.
Initial set of bugs. While we managed to do that, some people are saying they did, some people saying they didn't totally.
This is literally Starfield in a nutshell when they upload bug fixes and say, hey, we fixed the bugs, and people are, did you? Did you really? Because I have this bug still, and you said you fixed it, but no? And what's with these 3 new bugs that are now encompassing this already existent bug? So this seems like kind of that type of situation.
Do it. We have received reports of a new issue that blocks progress while loading the Metropolis map after an incursion mission. We are currently investigating the cause of this issue, and we will provide you with an update as soon as we can. I mean, I'm glad they're acknowledging it, but...
I'm sure they did not get absolutely roasted and destroyed on Twitter, by the way.
Again, this is a live service game with Season 1 about to launch with the Joker and all of that in just like a week or two, allegedly. So... the fact that there are like the most hardcore devoted fans that still can't play the game, I mean, that's pretty devastating. You know,
well, for Diablo 4, we also thought that Season 1 is gonna fix everything. Then it was Season 2. Then it was Season 3. And now it's like, okay. Around Season 15, they're gonna probably nail down the basics of the game, maybe. Or Diablo 5 will fix Diablo 4. Who knows? I think this is going to be a glorious, glorious road ahead. And it's going to be hilarious for, well, everyone, except them.
I want to find out if I can break the game as well. So I'm going to boot up the old Series X right there. And I'm going to see if I can get the game to break too. Because I don't want to just like follow blindly what people are saying about the game. I want to see...
Following blindly is stupid, I agree, but then again, when you're in a situation like this and everyone is talking about it, and even Reddit is being relatively negative about the current state of things, you can be pretty sure you don't have to actually check for yourself to know that things are bad.
See if it actually is busted, so we're going to find out ourselves, because it seems like a lot of the issues are on PS5. We're going to see if we experience them on Xbox too. Okay, we're back. Sort of. It's really trying to load in, but okay, we're here.
Is this a loading screen? Because it's cringe.
We're here. We got a taunt. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so I have opened up my party to the public. I am
The hell is this?
matchmaking live, and I am available. No players have matched in yet, which makes sense because player counts are not great.
What's the deal also with your character being at the side, not the center? Why couldn't they... This is awkward
right now, but we'll see if we can hopefully find somebody. I also asked a friend of mine if he wanted to do this with...
Why is it not centered? Why can't you just have a normal top-down camera? Why is the thing off center?
Me and like help me play through this for this video, and he was like, I don't know, do you want to just play Helldivers instead? I was like, I'll buy you the game, so like I'll use it for content. It'll help me if I have somebody I know in my party. And he's like, I really don't want to. Which again, I think that's pretty telling. I also don't recall.
Also, the world looks kind of dead.
Call the game having this like low poly of assets just barely out of reach.
I do.
Like, it really feels like all of these trees not that far away are super low poly, and then we get close and they'll pop in with higher quality versions. I don't like see that pop in. I don't remember.
I would expect nothing less though.
Remember that pop in being that bad when I played at launch. Maybe it is actually worse. Yeah, the frame dips are still here while you run around the city. That is still present. In certain spots, it drops like maybe 5-6 frames, and then
5-6 frames, dude. I wouldn't even complain about that unless those are all the frames that you have.
It just catches back up to 60, but it's all over the
Okay.
place. I still feel like the difficulty scaling is all.
What the hell is this absolute menu of atrocity? What is this? Walk in the park. Okay. Bane's Rage. Okay. What? Hello? This UI seems horrible.
Off, like there really are not that many improved bonuses for playing on higher difficulties, like best pay.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's an absolutely non-existent bonus.
It drops like
Check
maybe
this out.
5,
Check
6
this out.
frames, and then it just catches back up to 60, but it's all over the place.
Okay, so what is this? Look at this.
I still feel
So, yeah, the XP increased by less than 1k, and I'm assuming this is the gold reward.
like the difficulty
Doesn't even increase by 500.
scaling is off.
This is crazy.
Like there really are.
Difficulty bonus 3%. Is this a joke?
Are not that many improved bonuses for playing on higher difficulties, like best pay attention. At least these scale. During my review, there weren't really any scalability things, so I guess you're pushing for mastery ranks, which are going to be a good bit higher, but
The hell is that?
okay, I'm gonna ready up. Let's
I don't know. This looks completely bad.
do it. I still have no teammates in here. We have been in the session for like 10-15 minutes trying to matchmake, and there's still no one available.
Okay.
Which is not great. Okay, and this is one of those end game missions. So you're running around in these else worlds, which are just kind of
Oh god, this is an even worse design map.
like weird alternative realities, as you can tell. And so you're supposed to go to these and
Yeah, again, if your world design is gonna be like this, just don't make the game, okay? Just don't. Just save everyone the trouble and don't even make it in the first place. This is atrocious.
perform basic missions that you might have performed in the base game, but now you do it
The
in an
hell?
else world, which makes it totally different. We promise. And now we fight waves and waves of enemies.
Headshots for faster charge.
Yeah, get headshots for faster charges because of lore. That's why. Okay, I gotta get the muscle memory back. It's been a minute.
Dude, that minigun, it's a pea shooter.
It's been a minute.
Okay, when you make a minigun and it's this bad, it's like, okay, buddy. Okay, how about not today?
A few weeks. We'll get back into it.
Oh, this is just absolutely sad. Let's skip the gameplay. It looks just
But okay,
too
you know
bad.
what? Let's wrap this up. I am kind of bummed that this video even exists. I was really hoping that this game would end up really
Look at that non-existential Harley Quinn ass.
surprising me, and it would
I am beyond disappointed.
Be like, the big surprise of 2024 is that Suicide Squad is actually really, really good, and all of those.
Also, is this how you're supposed to traverse? Because this is as awkward as an angle as you can probably get.
Those concerns and red flags that we had witnessed were not warranted, but unfortunately, it ended up being exactly what we feared, and in some cases, even worse than what we feared. For a lot of
Bro, this is just. Who wants to be in this world?
players.
It looks so unbelievably bad.
Like, I thought that the core game as a concept was a little weird coming from Rocksteady, especially, and all of the gameplay footage we saw with like gigantic purple zits on cannons and stuff, that was kind of a weird choice, and it looked super repetitive. So I thought all of that stuff
Dude, this
represented
looks
a bunch of
so boring, dull, and dumb. They made a city. And then again, they just made a city, and then they added all of these ledges and shit like that, so you can be Spider-Man essentially. Oh, it's just so sad. I can't. This game is an absolute disaster. Luke Steffens. Anyway, man, this is actually sadder than Starfield to a certain degree, I feel. And that's impressive. Anyway, this is Quizzer Said. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.